thought of in private. How can we best sum up his 80 years of life? I think the best compliment you can give him is that he is super consistent and reliable. You know what you're getting with Elliot. Some may say that this translates to boring. I think it's always been comforting and loving. His predictability can be a little much from time to time. It really depends on how close you are to him and if you've had the immense pleasure of cohabitating with him. I had it for about, 18 years. I think you've probably had a few more years of experience living with him?
Yes.
Maybe a little more, right? Okay.
55.
55, okay, all right. So, I've been told that I need to be nice and that, you don't always understand my sarcastic sense of humor. So, please know that everything I'm about to say is with love. Okay. I just want to make that clear.
With what?
With love.
All right.
With love.
With love,
All
yeah.
right.
Maybe a little louder.
Sorry. So I just kind of want to go through how, all the different ways that we can count on him for certain things, okay? So you could always count on him on Sunday nights before school or work to let you know that the next day was a Labor Day. If you think about it, isn't that sort of endearing in a way? That it reminds you on a Sunday night? I think that was awesome. So, you can always count on him to use words or phrases from yesteryear to remind you that he was a product of the 40s. Who else doesn't refer to pants as slacks, a suitcase as a valise, a hot dog as a frankfurter, or boots, of course, as rubbers. Right? All right. So, if you had any questions about Party, you knew that he was not the person to go to. You see, he gave up drinking after one bad hangover at Live It Up University. He really kind of shifted over to the water with lemon after that. So it was really nice to know, really up front, that Eric and I were going to have to go elsewhere. We wanted any information about drug problems. He was not the guy. All right. We also knew that we were going to have to go elsewhere to find out what you did for a living. We had no idea what you did at Merck. You told us that you put...
Jake, shut up.
Oh, I'm sorry. You told us that you put labels on jars for a lot of years, so we knew we would have to go elsewhere. You know that every year Eric, Diane, and I are going to be given A1 tax advice. And sufficiently warned that if we report donations that we didn't actually make, we could be audited, and that it is not his responsibility. Wants to make that clear, and like I said before, I think this year we could kind of throw caution into the wind. I think we're going to be okay this year with, basically the IRS being 3 people. Okay, so you could always count on him to support you in every way possible in the upkeep of your house, especially with lawn care. This care and concern often keeps him up at night. After redoing our hallway closets this past year, we learned from Mom that its disrepair had been gnawing at him for years. All right, and this is really the most important part. You could always count on him to provide excellent relationship advice. His long and mostly loving marriage to this woman speaks for itself. The best advice that he ever gave me, which I continue to impart on others, and anyone that will listen, is marry up and pay attention to her mother's ass, because that ass is going to be her ass. Excellent advice. All right. So in all seriousness, the best dad ever. You're a great role model, and I love you.